Okay, everybody, it is 5:30, so I'll call to order the June 13th meeting. Everyone would stand for the pledge.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, so we have a few people missing, so I'd like to call Eric Usseldinger to chair the meeting tonight.
Yep, thank you. 3.0, do a roll call of school board members, and we have Foss and Baseflug absent tonight. Otherwise, everybody else is here and we have a quorum. And to 4.0, communication and reports, Superintendent Colness.
All right, we'll start off with the enrollment report. You can see that we went down one student from May 1st to June 1st. So we ended the year at 1,858 students for grades K through 12, which is slightly above where we were last year at this time. But, you know, we've seen a trend too that my second year here, so this is the end of my 6th year, but so like 4 years ago, we were pretty close to this number in enrollment. We jumped up, and a lot of that had to do with our EL population. Right now, I would say that we're probably about 60% of where we maybe maxed out at one time with our new to American and EL population or students. And so we're seeing the trend kind of go back pretty similar to where we were maybe 4 to 5 years ago. But we'll see that changes. We can have families that move in over the summer, and but also you can see that the last 2 years we've started with quite a few, quite a bit, you know, a larger number, and then it's dropped off as the year has gone on. So just to give you a little update, the budget for next year, that's something Amanda's been working on. We planned for 40 less students. Now that's very conservative. We sure hope that's not the case, but we would rather plan low and have more students here than plan high and not have them come walk through the doors. So just so you're aware of that. But that is our final number for the year. So that'll be averaged out to get our total FTEs, which will be calculated when we go through the audit and for funding purposes. Financial report, or anybody have any questions on the enrollment report? Financially, Amanda prepared 2 documents that were uploaded into Board Book for you. She is going to be available to answer questions at the next board meeting. I would say, looking through the reports, Carla and Amanda and I went through them last Friday. They are we're really on track to very similar to where we have been in years past. You can see that we're starting to put in some numbers on a preliminary budget, but it's a very, very conservative approach. So I just want you to be aware of that. We project a little higher on expenditures and a little less on revenue. And like I said, we would rather be careful and making sure we're not putting something out there that's not accurate. As far as the budget goes, I just want to say a few things that are going to have an impact, and it's not just the school district, but it's in our economy right now. I mean, fuel costs, definitely, that's a huge impact for us. When we start seeing fuel prices going from $2 or $2.50 up to $5, and Carla knows this since she pays the bills, we've seen a significant increase already. And that we predict that trend will continue. And Amanda has built in that extra expenditure into the budget for next year. Natural gas prices. Our Xcel Energy bills went up significantly at the first of the year. And Carla, feel free to jump in anytime here. Yeah. We know for the most part what our salaries are going to be unless we adjust our staff. But as far as those are the things that are unknown, and that's why we have a fund balance. So we'll have to adjust accordingly, but we know that grocery prices are going to be up. We know that fuel is going to be up. Insurance costs, I don't think they're going to stay level. So just we have to plan for that. And I don't want to be the bearer of like gloom and doom, but I also want people to understand that that does have a definite impact on our budgeting. So I'm not going to go through those 2 reports in detail, other than to say that they are, you know, we're slightly ahead of where we were last year at this time financially. We will get more of a breakdown for you when Amanda comes back, but she didn't have anything really to add, which is unusual. She usually puts a few notes on the bottom, but she just basically told us that we're tracking, and she would be tracking the same as last year or similar, and she will be here to answer questions at the next board meeting. So. Anybody have any questions financially or enrollment wise? Moving in then to the superintendent's report, we had hoped to have some of our state track participants here tonight, but our activities director had a little, I don't know what I would say, he had something happen over the weekend that physically that he wasn't able to get things organized. So, you know, we'll make sure we get our student athletes in. We were very fortunate. We had a Cooper Smith took 8th place in the 300-meter hurdles, which was fun. You know, if you were following that online on Saturday. And then our relay team finished in 10th place, I believe, Brian, right? And this was the first year of AA participation for our student athletes and track team. You know, they went to 3-class system, which, you know, we used to be one of the larger schools in A, and now we're one of the smaller schools in AA. So it definitely does have an impact on the number of kids participating. So we'll make sure we have the student athletes come in and be recognized by the board, and we just didn't get a chance to get that organized over the weekend. Legislatively, I guess I'm just going to say it's frustrating. There's a lot of money on the table, and the two sides struck, you know, it looked like they were going to strike a deal, and all of a sudden the session ended. And right now there aren't too many things that are solidified as far as extra funding for school districts. There was a big push from MSBA and also the other organizations to contact our legislators and ask them to go back to St. Paul for a special session. They left a lot of money on the table, I'll just say that. And school districts are frustrated because, you know, we all are seeing increased needs with mental health, with special education, and that extra boost would have really helped out public schools. So we're hopeful that they can get back to St. Paul, but I would say the chances are getting slimmer by the day. But we'll see how it all shakes out. Okay, but there was a big surplus there. There was some money to work with, and it's very discouraging, I guess would be the word, for public schools right now that they weren't able to reach some type of deal. So if you get some time, please contact your legislators and let them know that we would really be appreciative of them getting back and reaching some type of deal that would be able to help us out. Staffing updates for next year. There's been, and this is, I look back on last year's board meeting, it was about the same thing. I mean, there were a bunch of resignations or retirements, there were a bunch of hires, and this is kind of the time when transition is going on. And so I thought, you know, just for everybody's benefit, put together a spreadsheet so you can see where the hires and anybody that's resigned. One thing I did in that spreadsheet too is I coded some people in blue, just because special education right now is probably our #1 area of need. I would say we're at least 3 special education teachers short for next year, and we're working hard to try and fill those, and we'll continue to recruit the best we can. But that's an area of need. We also had a music teacher who stepped down from one of the elementary schools on Friday. She's moving away, and you'll see that resignation tonight. But we're working to fill those positions. Been busy hiring elementary teachers. We've made some other, I would say, unique adjustments there. When you see one of our 5th grade teachers that's going to be going into teaching industrial tech, and she's a very skilled person. I think Brian and Jill are excited for that. We also are making some moves administratively, and all of that's provided for you. And instead of ask me about each one, it's there, and I'll just keep that updated so people can be up to speed on where we are with staffing. Melissa's here tonight, Melissa Croach, and you'll also see, I'll turn on the microphone, that the recommendation is going to be to extend a contract and approve that tonight for her as one of the assistant elementary principals. So congratulations, Melissa. She'll also be working hard with our extended learning program, and she was here at the last meeting, and I'll turn it over to Melissa.
All right, good evening. I just wanted to give you another update on where we're at with our summer learning program and our ESY program. They're going to be working coincide together. We'll be starting our summer learning program on July 25th, and that will run through August 18th. And we're doing that Monday through Thursday. We have currently 160 students K-5 enrolled, and we have 40 ESY students K-5 enrolled. So about 200 students that we will have at New Heights this summer. For 6th through 8th, we have 22 students, and we have 8 in ESY, and they'll be running coincide together as well. So about 30 students at that level. Do you have any questions I can answer?
Staffing wise, I think you were.
Yes. Correct. Yep, I provided that. So staffing's covered for both areas In fact, I just met with Mrs. Peterson this afternoon, and we've got paras and teaching staff, everyone covered for all levels.
So we're planning to use about a dozen rooms,
Yes,
close to that.
yes.
And also we'll use rooms over here for our middle school. That's senior night. There are meals that are going to be served in both buildings. It started today, the summer food program. We're only able to serve in one building today due to some staffing shortages, but we're planning to be back serving in both of those. Just so people are aware, those meals cannot be taken out this year, but we sure hope people participate. And busing is a big thing. And
Correct.
coordinating of all of these, this is the first time we've had this many kids in there for summer school. So.
I'm really excited. We've got enrichment days lined up. Just some enrichment days include like Turtle River and UMC that the K-5 will be attending. And for our 6th through 8th, we're doing it more as like a job shadowing opportunity that they can go and see programs in our community that they could maybe look at for future. And so, yeah, and we're really excited about it. I think it's going to be a great fit for both programs.
Good.
What does the day look, I mean, as far as the?
Sure.
times Usually start.
So it's 8 to 12:30. So from 8 to 8:30 would be breakfast. From 8:30 to 9 o'clock would be that morning meeting time. And from 9 to 10 roughly would be an hour of either reading or math. They'd have a break, recess, depending on what level you're at. And then that, if I'm doing my math, 10:30 to 11:30 would be your math time or reading, however that looks in your schedule. And then that other, like about 25-minute, half-hour supplement time would be, hands-on activities of STEM. It could be art, just depending on what the teachers push in during that time. But our main focus is for those students who are not at grade level for like reading and math.
That's incredible numbers. I mean, that's really great. Do we anticipate this is something that'll be yearly?
I would hope so.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be a great program. It's really been starting from scratch with it. And so if everything goes well this summer, I don't see why it shouldn't. Like I said, we've really targeted those students who are not at grade level. So it's a great opportunity for that intervention piece to try to fill some of those gaps even before the new year starts.
Do we work with Ron and his group? I know summer maintenance a lot as far as making sure there's not disturbances while we have students.
Yes, yep, Ron knows me well already. Yes.
Okay.
Getting that organized.
Yep.
Because New Heights really will be pretty much a functioning elementary during those 4
Right.
weeks.
Okay, great.
Yeah, and as far as the sustainability of the program, we know that we have funding for Pubble through the, I think September of 2024, but this is dedicated federal money or state money that will be used to help pay for these expenses.
Sure.
Yep.
That's what I was curious about.
What's the ratio, how teacher to student? I know you have a few, it looks like there's more kindergarten.
Right, because our kindergarten and first grade, kindergarten's like at 45, our
Oh, sure, that's-
first grades at, as you progress up through the grades, they get a little less.
Sure.
So it's about 35. So that's why you see kindergarten and first grade with 3 teachers and then 2 teachers as you go up. And then we have an abundance of paras that we're able to push in, not just in the ESY program, but also that will be in the classroom and stay there. So they'll be helping those students as well. So as another piece to really keep those numbers small, because that was another focus. If to be a successful enrichment intervention program, you need to have those numbers small.
Yeah.
And so right now,
Good.
it's looking really good that way.
Good.
And these are the grades they were in this year. I'm assuming.
Correct.
Okay.
Yes, we just kept them in the year they just completed.
Okay.
Okay.
So those kindergartners are actually
Gonna be first graders.
Sure.
Got it. Very cool.
All right. Are there any other questions for Melissa?
That's great.
All right,
Thank you.
thank
We're
you.
excited to see how it all turns out. It's going to be busy.
Yes,
It's going to be
very
busy.
much.
And we have started some summer school or extended learning already here at the high school. Ryan has some students who are in for credit recovery. So, we don't ever totally shut down. So it's good.
Thank you.
The only other thing I have to mention would be a negotiations report, and that committee will be working now with the paraprofessional group, administrative assistant group, and we have non-group contracts that we'll need to get to the board for approval here before July 1, hopefully.
Thank you. 5.0 is a consent agenda. First, ask if anybody wants to have anything removed. Okay, hearing none, I'd ask for a motion.
I'll motion to approve the consent agenda.
A second.
Any questions or comments? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. 6.0, opportunity for citizens to speak on items not on the agenda. Mike, do we have any?
There were no requests.
We'll move to 7.0. Approve the agenda. So ask for a motion, being that we didn't pull anything out. I'll second. And all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. District business, 8.0. 8.1 is approve the Brady Martz fiscal year 23 business management services agreement.
And that document has been uploaded into Board Book for you to review. You'll see that it's a 1-year contract. Our original was 3. This would be to extend 1 more year. You know, we feel it's been a great fit for our district and worked out very, very well. I think, just so you're aware that that industry or that is very challenging, not just at East Grand Forks, but across our state. And, you know, Brady Martz stepped into the business management side of things a couple of years ago, and we were really their first district to do that. And, you know, we had a special relationship with Amanda because she used to be our auditor or part of the auditing team, but they're struggling to find, you know, the type of employees they feel comfortable with because they've stretched out into other school districts. So that's right now the reason for a 1-year contract, just so you're aware of that.
Like Mike said, that is in the board book for us to review. I'd ask for a motion.
I'll motion to approve it.
I'll second.
Any questions or comments? Okay, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion passes. Thank you. 8.2, advertise for milk, bread, and fuel bids. Is also,
I'll make a motion to advertise for milk, bread and fuel bids for next year.
I'll second.
any comments on that? Otherwise, all those in favor, please say aye.
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 Any opposed?
Can you ask them to keep the prices? the same?
Yeah.
I'll leave that for you and your.
Okay, yeah.
Fuel ones.
Yeah.
All right, 8.3, approve the 2022-23 resolution for membership in the Minnesota State High School League.
I'll motion to approve the membership to the high school league.
I will second. Is this a roll call?
With the resolution, we better roll call that one. Yeah.
Yes.
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 Yes. Resolution passes. 8.4 is approved memberships to the MREA and MSBA for the 2022-23 school year. Ask for a motion.
I'll move to approve the renewal of the district memberships with MREA and MSBA for the 22-23 school year.
A second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion passes. 8.5, designate Michael Colness as the MDE identified official with authority. This is just an annual designation again. I'd ask for a motion.
So moved.
I will second. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion passes. 8.6 is approve the donations to the school district. We have a few on the agenda for tonight. Tom, you want to run
Yeah.
through those?
I'll make a motion to approve the donations to the school district. The first couple are to the EGF Education Foundation, to South Point for Brooke Keller for $353.52. The second from the Education Foundation to the school district to Jennifer Modine, $4,104. And then these are balloons by Misty to CMS for Outsiders Day, $100. Full Throttle CMS Outsiders Day, $300. Christine Yard Cards CMS Outsiders Day, $75. Hugo's Family Marketplace CMS Outsiders Day, $75. Old Dutch CMS Outsiders Day, $50. Bulldog Designs to CMS for Outsiders Day, $100. And then the Mark Perkins family to senior high for the MVP scholarship of $2,000. The total donations is $7,157.52. Thank you to all of them.
A second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. And again, yeah, thank you to all those donors. We're 10.0 board member comments.
I think we got
We
nine.
gotta pay.
Better pay the bills.
Oh, I missed 9. I knew I was not going to make it through unscathed. 9.0 payment of claims and accounts. Got to pay the bills. That is in our board packet.
I'll move to approve the payment of the K-12 bills, 122,880 through 123,099. And the electronic fund transfers in the amount of $1,326,297.07.
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any comments? Okay. All those in favor of paying the bills, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. All right, now 10.0 board members' comments. Tom, start with you.
I guess thanks to Melissa and putting together that extended learning program for us and all the staff that are stepping up and helping. And it's good to see that many students that are involved in it. That's good to see that extended learning for them. So, and this stuff, it's about all I have.
Lindsay?
Yeah, I'm excited to hear how that goes this summer. It's a lot of people involved and a lot of people working hard to get that set up for the kids. So that's a good thing to see. And congrats to our track team, made it to state. That's exciting always. And it looks like a lot of moving parts here for the next school year. So hopefully we'll get some more help in the special ed, and looks like we're still looking for speech language pathologist and a few other holes to fill, but
That's a positive one. We had
Good.
some good candidates. They did
Yeah.
interview some good quality candidates and feel that, we'll be able to get a good person in there.
good. Yeah, so looking forward to see how everything shakes out, and hope everyone's having a good summer.
Can I ask a couple questions that I missed the boat on?
Mhm.
So, yes, great for the speech pathologist. Seeing that there's 3 sections of first graders that would be going into second grade, and there's a comment as far as class size, it might, in my opinion, be smart to have smaller class sizes if there's that many that might need some aid. Just my opinion.
Mhm.
And then special sessions, Waltz calls those, right? Is there a limit, like a time limit on what she can call that?
I'm not sure on what the timing would be. I know that we've been told that every day that it kind of gets put off, the chances are less. So we're hoping it's soon.
I wasn't sure if it had to be like by August 1st or.
I'm not sure. I'd have to
Okay.
look that up and see.
Sure.
It's a good question.
Yeah.
You
Just
know,
hoping.
do you know a good attorney?
Do.
I'll have to figure that out, but, yeah, no, I appreciate the input on the second grade. You know, we had a resignation
Yeah.
in the second grade team. The first grade group going into second grade is right about 130 students right now. So we have not replaced that position as of right now, but we're looking at more support, especially in our title area, for reading and math at New Heights. So
Sure.
we actually had that discussion today, talking about how we could provide support and what would be the best use of our funds.
Yeah, just thinking those were the kindergartners with COVID, right? The first
Yeah.
year. And then they need the enrichment in first grade, which is obvious a result. And then going into second might be tough.
So we haven't advertised for a position.
We've just constantly been advertising for elementary teachers. So
Sure.
Chad's been interviewing about every day. And we've been very fortunate to find some experienced elementary education teachers that, you know, we feel are going to be a great fit. So
So we're not looking, we're just waiting for. the
we
person.
haven't specifically advertised for a second grade teacher,
Sure.
no.
Okay.
Do we ask them where they want to go when we interview them? Like, do you want fifth grade or second grade? I'm just curious, really.
Might ask about where they feel most comfortable.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there are certain fifth grade teachers, I'm not saying here, right? but
Right.
Maybe wouldn't feel very comfortable in a kindergarten setting,
Sure.
first grade.
That's
you know,
Yeah.
Or
makes
maybe
sense.
just not,
Yeah.
you know, that's not their wheelhouse.
Sure.
So. Like I'd be one of those. No, I'm actually not. No. So,
Kindergarten's a lot.
Yep.
All right.
Anything else, Len?
No.
Okay.
You.
Great. I don't have anything more. Again, yeah, just hopefully everybody's enjoying their summer. And hopefully we get a lot more qualified candidates to apply. So moving to 11.0, next regular board meeting is right now it's scheduled for July 11th, but I think we need another one on the end of June. So looking at earmarking June 27th, 2022 at 5:30.
and I'd like to kind of wrap up too here, and I know you'll approve the meeting, the extra meeting there in June, but just to thank, you know, really our staff and our families and the students. It's been an interesting year when you really go back, you know, 12 months and think about all the things that have transpired during the school year. I think people have stepped up to the plate, worked extremely hard, and not just in the school system, outside at home as well. And just want to thank everybody for that. It was nice to wrap things up on a positive note with our spring activities. We had no shutdowns other than the weather, but I guess weather delays are a lot better than health issues. So it was great to follow the kids at the state track meet. You know, we had our baseball team played a lot better this year than they did last year. We're making some strides on the softball side. Golf was competitive, tennis, just kids were really busy. But the weather didn't really cooperate like we would like to see in this spring. So, but I want to thank, you know, all of the people who have been involved in helping out our kids and our school district, because it, you know, it's been a challenging year, and last couple of years have been challenging for everyone. And I'm really looking forward to, you know, getting off to a great start for the 22-23 school year.
Yep, good comments. Thanks, Mike.
Yes.
12.0, adjourn the board meeting. Need
I'll make
to
a
ask for a
motion to
motion.
I'll
And-
second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor of adjourning, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Assume not. Thank you.
Congratulations, Eric.